French?
Number 6.
Caleb. Okay, Caleb Chartrand. You could probably do French. And is someone on Upper Ottawa Valley who can do the English? And is there nobody down there?
Yeah, it's coming around. It's coming around. All right. You're doing English first? All right. Do you have coffee? Come on over here. Take your hat off.
I trust in God, I love my country, and I will respect its laws. I will play fair and strive to win, but win or lose, I will always do my best.
Yes, sir.
Je crois en Dieu, j'aime mon pays et je respecterai les lois. Je jouerai honnêtement et m'efforcerai de gagner, mais dans la victoire comme dans la défaite. Je ferai toujours de mon mieux.
Thank you.
All right, teams to the dugout, managers to home plate to meet with the umpires. The game is now in their hands. Do what they say and have a great game.
Get it for you right now. Okay. Okay. Andrew, sleeve. I need a lineup, please. Another one. Yep.
All right, guys. Those are the only ones I'm really interested in. Swiss nose. Let the table know. Okay. Me too.
Us three. Throw back to the pitchers. It's still a live ball. Yep. Yes. Thank you very much. You too. Thank you very much. Good luck, coach. Good luck, coach.
Great. Home team, take the field.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Too fast to prepare for things, tripping in the world with the dangerous. Everybody circling his vultures, negative, nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run.
21, and I can back up. Yes, sir.
First inning, leading off for Timmins, number 21, Logan Gagnon.
Hello and welcome everybody back here to Brockville, Ontario. It's Game 3 here on Day 1 of the 2025 Minor Provincial Little League Ontario Championships. My name is Jacob Ewing. It's the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats taking on the Timmins Lynx as first pitch swinging for Logan Gagnon gets over top of center field and back to the back wall. This could do some damage. Gagnon already at third. He's getting the wave around. Here he comes home. The play at the plate. Not there in time. And how about that? Logan Gagnon gets around the bases for an inside-the-park home run on the ambush swinging first pitch, and it's 1-0 already for the Timmins Lynx.
Number 17, Tyson Cluzio.
And that is, wow, just phenomenal stuff there from Timmins. An already 1-0 lead as he smoked that thing to center field. And there's Tyson Cluzio at the plate right now. As they check swing, they'll check down to first. He did not go. But Timmins setting themselves up for success with a 1-0 lead already. That's ball 2 outside and in the dirt. That's the start they would have wanted. The Lynx will. Now Upper Ottawa Valley is, well, technically chasing this game now down by 1. And what a way to put a staple in for it. Just start things off successfully and kind of, you know, tell the other team, like, listen, we're going to swing hard and we're going to have, like, we're going to be very offensive. We're going to be aggressive. We want to win this game. And now Upper Ottawa Valley is down by 1 early. That one's on the outside for ball 3. And a 3-1 count there through the first 4 pitches. Starting pitcher here this afternoon for the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats, Cohen Cloutier, in a 3-1 pitch. Inside ball 4, and it's a walk there for Tyson, now aboard first base.
That's a visit.
And so we'll have a quick mound meeting here as coach of the Rivercats wanting to have a conversation with his infield and Cloutier at the mound to try to maybe calm everybody down, get everybody on the same page. They're going to need a potential reset here after what we just witnessed from Logan Gagnon. Just inside the park home run, the Little League home run. He can also call it, just gets around and gets past the center fielder. And a quick conversation there at the mound as they'll all disperse back to their positions. And we'll get back underway. So Marshall Rowe now at the plate with a runner at first. Rowe will be our starting pitcher here this afternoon for Timmins when they hit to the field. So the pitcher's battle commencing here between the two starters. Here's the first pitch to Rowe. First pitch swinging, we'll pop it up and we'll just foul it back, and we'll start off with a strike 1. So no 1 count after that last foul ball, and we'll have the 0-1 pitch here from Cloutier. This one on the end of the bat there off an early swing from Rowe. We'll foul it off, and we'll have back-to-back strikes. So he's made contact back-to-back times, but still looking for something fair. As we'll focus back up here, back at the mound. Chance for Cloutier to find the first out of the ball game for the Rivercats. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And up high for ball 1. So Rowe will take a ball. He's been pretty heavy with the swings here early on, but we'll have a 1-2 count. One-two from Cloutier. Contact for Rowe to center field. Moving back and over top with the outfielder will get down. Rowe will stop at first. Tyson goes around to third to put runners in the corners. And that is another powerful hit right up center field. And the first 3 batters going to work. And there's runners in the corners now for the Rivercats, or make that the Lynx. And here's cleanup hitter Cutter Black. First pitch to Black. We'll take it looking as it goes down in the dirt. Runner will go to second, so Rowe advances himself now to a scoring position. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Timmins. And a chance to increase their lead even more after they made it 1-0 after a leadoff inside the park home run from Gagnon. That one fouled back from Blank. We'll see a strike. So Cloutier trying to work himself out of the jam. He's found himself here in early. Trying to keep this game as close as possible, especially don't want to give up too big of a lead after only the top of the first inning. Pitch to Black, gets a hold of it, and a catch from the third baseman for out number 1. And a fast reaction time play there by number 27, Colton Gardner, as he had to rapidly move out of his positioning to grab it, and he did. And so we'll have 1 down there, and runners will have to stay at first and make that second and third. And here is Alex LeBlanche at the plate. First pitch to LeBlanche will get a piece of the outside for strike 1. Oh, 1 from Cloutier. LeBlanche loads up, fires this one to center field, moving in, catch is made for out number 2. Runner will tag up and go home, and he made it successful after catching the infield off guard, and the Timmins Lynx make this lead 2-0. So an early lead here for Timmins.
Number 2, Chase Roy.
And so we move on in the order as they have got to work. Here's Jace Roy at the plate. And strike 1 down the middle from Cloutier. Still looking for his first strikeout of the ball game. With 2 outs, though, after that catch in center field. They're 1 out away from getting out of it with only 2 runs against them. Pitch to Roy, swing and a miss for strike 2. And a chance here to end the top of the first inning, only down by a pair of runs. Cloutier with a chance. Here's the delivery. And gets him swinging for strike 3. And that will do it for the top of the first inning. The Timmins Lynx show the power they can bring from the bats as they fire 3 balls to center field. One of them was caught. One of them was an inside the park home run, and the other one a double. When we return, that's the end of the top of the first inning. It's 2-0 for the Lynx. We'll see the home team in this game, the Rivercats, at the bats trying to get their offense going. It's Graham Kenny, Mason Downey, and Colton Garnier when we return.
For Upper Ottawa Valley is number 6, Graham Kenny.
So we join you back here for the bottom of the first inning between the Rivercats from Upper Ottawa Valley and the Lynx from Timmins. Timmins took a 2-0 lead after some very powerful hits up to center field. And we'll see if the Rivercats will try to get their offense going here in the bottom of the inning. Here's Graham Kenny in the leadoff spot. Starting pitcher here this afternoon for Timmins. It will be number 55, Marshall Rowe. Kenny will show bunt, pull away. And we'll get the ball call on the outside for a quick 2-0 lead. So we're seeing if the Rivercats can respond to the offense that Timmins put up in the top of the inning. This is the first game for both these tournaments, obviously on day one. 2 games so far. We are into this tournament. Ancaster D-backs won this morning against East Nepean, and the Kingston Colts also winning in game number 2. 3-0 pitch here to Kenny, and a swing and a miss for strike 1 as Marshall will start his way back into this count. 3-1 pitch from Rowe. Inside, ball 4. And leadoff hitter Graham Kenny will have a leadoff walk and give a runner to work with here for the Rivercats. So runner on first here, move on in the order. Here's Mason Downey for Upper Ottawa Valley. Timmins, one of the farther traveled teams here to Brockville, I'd say about an 8-hour drive it is. Here from Timmins, probably just around about the same with Windsor. Probably definitely the two farthest traveled teams here to Brockville. That pitch outside, throw down to second as Kenny's making the run. And it's launched over top of the second baseman to the center fielder. And a successful steal there from Graham Kenny moves himself now to his scoring position at second base. So a 1-0 count here for Downey. And we'll wait the pitch now from Rowe. And strike 1 the call as it gets to the top of the zone. And we'll split the first 2 pitches, 1 apiece. So Downey takes that last pitch looking. And we'll have the 1-1 pitch. It's over top of Downey having to get away from it for ball 2. And Kenny taking a couple aggressive steps down the third baseline there. As we've seen, successful teams are very successful at getting extra bases. Swing and a miss there from Downey for strike 2. And a 2-2 count here. Chance for Rowe to potentially find his first strikeout of the ball game. Downey got to find a piece of anything near the zone. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's ball 3 over top of him, and he's worked a full count. So we'll have the payoff pitch here from Rowe to potentially put 2 runners on for the Rivercats. Would be a great response if they can find it. Here's the payoff from Marshall Rowe. That's a high chopper, lightly hit. Rowe first to it, played a first in time for 1 away. Will advance the runner though, so Graham Kenny able to go from second to third. Now a base hit away for getting the Rivercats on the board.
27, Colton Gardner.
Here's Colton Gardner as we move on in the order. And he's definitely looking for just at least a single or a base hit to get a run home. Even a sacrifice play potentially if he can find it. As that one will paint the outside and we'll see a strike. Anything would work here for Gardner. Anything deep enough for a tag-out play there from Kenny. As we've seen, he's got some speed on him, so you got to think that that's all that Gardner's going to look for here. Is the 0-1 pitch, and Rowe looks for that outside once more. We'll see ball 1. So Gardner is very much inside the box there. His hands over top of the plate. This one hit the opposite way into foul territory, so it'll be a foul ball and we'll have a strike against him. But this forces kind of Marshall Rowe in the mindset to feel like he's got to pitch down the middle, but down the middle is really that outside of the strike zone there. Pitch from Rowe. Outside for a ball. And again, we see that outside pitch. And a 2-2 count. Still 2 strikes against him, though. And look for it here, very much inside. His middle of the hands are middle plate pretty much. We'll see if Rowe realizes it, though. Can't be afraid to put one near him. Now one, a ground ball to the second baseman. Throw to first in time for out number 2. But Graham Kenny will come around and open the scoring for the Rivercats. Cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1.
Number 21, Ben Robinson.
So nobody on base anymore. We'll have cleanup hitter Ben Robinson also playing the catching position on the defensive side of the ball for Upper Ottawa Valley. So Robinson will make his way to the plate now. 2 down for Marshall Rowe and his team. An opportunity here to keep the lead and send themselves back to the bats in the top of the second. First pitch to Robinson over top of his head as he has to duck down to get away from it. I believe that's actually going to clip his bat there. I believe foul ball of the call from home plate umpire Mark Bradley. Here's the 0-1 from Rowe. Bouncer down to the dirt away for a ball. And a 1-1 count as that pitch was confirmed. A foul tip there. Just one of those plays that happens when you're holding the bat obviously behind your head in the windup, where it just gets a piece of it. Here's the 1-1 from Marshall. That's over top of the zone for ball 2. And time has been called from the catcher behind the plate. That's Carter Black just to fix one of his straps. And we'll get resumed here in a 2-1 count. Robinson trying to keep things alive and potentially start a 2-out rally. Here's the pitch that will be on the inside of the zone and get a piece of it for strike 2. And a 2-2 count, chance for Marshall Rowe to end the inning and send his team to the bats. 2-2 pitch. And nice take there from Ben Robinson. Will hold off as he thought about it there for a split second. And we'll see ball 3 in a full count. We await the payoff from Rowe. And ball 4 up by the call. And it's a walk from Ben Robinson to keep the inning alive. So Robinson now finds himself at first base, gives him a runner to work with. Here's Reed Luoff to the plate.
And we're going to use the courtesy runner rule for the catcher, number 21. When there's 2 out, the person who made that second out can run for him. So that's Colton Gardner running for Ben Robinson.
And so we'll have the 2-out catcher rule coming to fruition here. Ben Robinson will head back to the dugout, and Colton Gardner will take his place as the last out. That's a strike 1 on the outside for Reed Luoff. So 1 runner on. Luoff would like to advance him to a scoring position as, well, Robinson represents the tying run now here in the bottom of the first inning. That one will miss away. Runner's going to go to second. The throw. It's a weird one-hopper to the second baseman, and that will get all the way through the center field. Runner's going to make the heads-up play and go to third, and now he's going to turn and go home. The throw from center field off the target, and the Rivercats get a runner to come all the way around from first, and they tie the ball game at 2 apiece. And that is some heads-up base running that we've seen successful teams do so well so far through our first 2 games. And it was a throw to second base that was skied over top of him and got to the center fielder. And some great running from Ben Robinson to get make that Colton Gardner, who came all the way around from first, made the heads-up call to go to third as it got to center field. And when that ball skipped past the center fielder and got even deeper into the outfield, Gardner makes the decision to come on home, and it was the right one. We are tied up at 2. And that is a ball on Luoff as we get back to his count here. Here's the pitch from Rowe. Gets a piece of it there and will foul it back. So 2-1 count after that last foul ball. Here's the pitch from Rowe. Cracks that one to left field, and it gets over top of everybody. A one-hopper to the back wall fence. And Luoff will go to second. Looks to extend it to third. The throw is off the target, and he's got to make a split-second decision, and it's a triple for Reed Luoff. As he showcases the power that the Rivercats have in their lineup. And he's now a base hit away from taking the lead for Upper Ottawa Valley. And a mound meeting will come out here from Timmins' coach. Have a conversation with Marshall Rowe. As we'll have Cohen Cloutier to the plate with a runner in scoring position at third base. In a big situation now for Timmins, trying to take their first lead of this ball game.
Number 7, Cohen Cloutier.
Here's Cloutier. Rowe still looking for that final out and has the potential to do so to keep the game tied at 2s. First pitch from Cloutier. That one gets past the catcher. Luoff thinks about it, but he'll stay at third. Makes that split-second decision. Took a couple aggressive strides down the base path, but will turn back and stay safe. So we'll focus back up here at the plate for Cloutier. 1-0. So on the outside for another ball. And a 2-0 early lead here for Cloutier. As the pitcher's battle commences here as the two starters go to work. Rowe was able to win it in the top of the inning with himself at the bat. Cloutier trying to do the same. 2-0 pitch. Outside ball 3. And a chance here to potentially put runners in the corners for the Rivercats. Rowe will take his time and deliver the 3-0 pitch. And he'll get the automatic strike on the outside corner as he starts his battle back. We'll have a 3-1 count. So Cloutier takes the last one looking. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And strike 2 will keep him there. And Rowe continues his battle, has worked us into a full count with back-to-back strikes. And we'll have the payoff pitch from Rowe to potentially end the inning. Cloutier got to battle and protect anything close to the zone. Here's the payoff. And he does. He'll foul that one off the third baseline. Just a tad late on the swing there, a little bit earlier. Could have been one that rode up that third baseline instead of spinning foul. And so we'll stay at the plate here, still with a full count. Here's the payoff. Outside ball 4 for Cohen Cloutier to put runners in the corners.
Number 15, Thomas Rosine.
So we'll move on in the order. Here's Thomas Rosine to the plate with the opportunity to still score a run. First pitch swinging with a heavy slice for strike 1. Runner will also go to second, and no pressure will be made there from the Lynx, as with runner at third, you can't really make the risky play. So 2 runners in scoring position now with Cloutier now at second base. Here's the 0-1 to Rosine. Swings that one high up in the zone, popped up to the shortstop, and that's over top of him. 1 run comes around. Here comes Cloutier. The play at the plate, not there in time. 2-run score for Timmins. And they've taken their first lead of the ball game, have put up 4 runs here in the bottom of the first inning, and it's 4-2. And so Upper Ottawa Valley have their first lead after a massive inning, and that will do it at the mound from Marshall Rowe. As Timmins decides they gotta go a different route here. Still looking for that final out of the inning. But the 5-run limit rule now at second base representing it.
And pitching change for
Is Thomas Rosine.
Timmins. Marshall Rowe leaves the mound after 36 pitches.
36 pitches for Rowe after
Now on to throw
2/3.
is number 32, Alex LeBlanche.
Here's Alec LeBlanche to the mound. LeBlanche will take his warm-up. He comes in from second base, and it looks like Marshall Rowe will. Just a quick swap there, potentially. That's second. So LeBlanche will take his warm-up before we get back underway here in the bottom of the first. 5-run limit rule run. Now it's represented by Thomas Rosine at second base. So LeBlanche will probably comes into this game a little bit earlier than expected if he was on track to be the reliever here in this game. But just Marshall Rowe just couldn't find that final out. And they're trying to keep, Timmins trying to keep this game as close as possible in the score category. And so we'll get this ball game back underway here with Mac Tripp.
Upper Ottawa Valley, number 44, Mac Tripp.
So first pitch here from LeBlanche to Tripp. We'll see if LeBlanche can get into a rhythm here. Only one out needed to get his team out of this. First pitch swinging for Tripp, fouls it up in foul territory, and no play to be made by the first baseman as he loses sight of it in the sun. So we'll see a strike one off the foul ball from Tripp, who looks to bring some power. Had some bit of it after that pop-up. If he finds one square, could definitely do some damage. This one up high and outside for a ball. One. It's over top again. You're the eyesight of Tripp for consecutive balls. It will have a 2-1 count. And a swing and a miss there as Tripp turned on it, unable to connect, and that's strike two against him. Chance for LeBlanche now to get his team out of this inning and send them back to the bats, now only down by 2. And gets him looking for strike 3. And so Alex LeBlanche takes to the mound in relief for Marshall Rowe and able to find the third out to end the inning. The Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats respond to what the Timmins Lynx put up in the top of the first inning, find 2 and another 2, and have a 2-run lead. It's 4-2 after the first inning. When we return, it's the Timmins Lynx looking to get some runs on the board when we come back.
For the Upper of the second inning. Top of the second inning. Leading off for Timmins, number 25, Benoit Willett.
We'll join you back here for the top of the second inning between the Timmins Lynx and the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats. Leading things off for Timmins is Benoit Willett. He'll be followed up by Liam Gauthier and Cove Goulet Beard. The three that will get to go here in the top second. Swinging there is Ouellette, and he's 2 strikes down for a quick 0-2 count. Back at the mound for another inning of work here, Cohen Cloutier, after he allowed 2 runs in the top of the first. I'd like to let it a little bit less here in this one. That one skims through on the inside. We'll see ball 1. Ouellette playing third base here this afternoon. This is game 3 here on day 1 of the 2025 Minor Provincial Championship here in Brockville, Ontario. 1-2 inside. Ouellette for strike ball number 2. We'll have a 2-2 count. He's split the first 4 pitches. So Ouellette trying to stay alive, still with 2 strikes down. Here's the 2-2 from Cloutier. And gets him looking for strike 3. And it's a leadoff strikeout from Cohen Cloutier.
Number 29, Liam Gauthier.
So here's Liam Gauthier to the plate. Gauthier playing left field here this afternoon. And so Cloutier will retire the first batter he faces, and we'll see if he can get a bit of a streak going. And that's ball 1 skied over top of his catcher, and that's number 21 behind the plate, Ben Robinson. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one down and away for ball 2. And a 2-0 lead now for Ben Robinson. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one will miss on the outside, and it's 3 balls that have been on kind of just going back and forth on different sides of the plate. And a chance here for a walk. Cloutier got to find the zone. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Up high, ball 4, and it's a walk for Liam Gauthier. So a runner will be on here now for Timmins at first.
Number 16, Cove Goulet.
That's Cloutier just unable to find the strike zone there. Here's Cove Goulet Beard to the plate. Goulet Beard is playing right field here this afternoon. So first pitch here to Goulet Beard goes swinging heavy for strike 1. So able to get it past him was Cloutier, and we'll have an 0-1 count. And he'll swing it one low in the zone as well for strike 2. And a nice pop there from Ben Robinson after it looked like Liam Gauthier had a couple of quick steps towards second base, but we'll scurry back. So an 0-2 count here. Here's the pitch, and we'll get the outside for strike 3. And so it's a strikeout for Cloutier. And there's 2 down. And there's the pitching change coming through as they'll put on Colton Gardner to the plate, and that will do it for Cohen Cloutier. He goes an inning and 2/3. Strikes out a couple here in the top of the second inning. Lets in 2 in the first inning, but quite the successful job as he leaves the game with his team up in the ball game.
Pitching change for the Rivercats. Number 7, Cohen Cloutier leaves the mound after 30 pitches. Now on to throw for Upper Ottawa Valley is number 27, Colton Gardner.
So Gardner will start his warm-up here from the hill. As the 2 outs already Cloutier found in the inning, only 1 more needed to end the top of the second in a game that is, we're about 37 minutes into this ball game and still in the top of the second inning as the offense in the first inning was so dominant. It just took a while to get through it. We'll have one more game later today. 6 o'clock first pitch, opening ceremonies also in between then and now. Here in Brockville, Ontario, it's a 5-day tournament here. Obviously today, tomorrow, Sunday, then semifinals on Monday, and the championship game on Tuesday. So here's Caleb Centron to the plate. Caleb, the righty, has an opportunity here to keep the inning alive, the top of the second alive, and it also to try to advance Gauthier into a scoring position. And so, coach of the Twins, the third base coach, will want to have a quick conversation with home plate umpire Mark Bradley to discuss something. And so Cloutier leaves the mound. He makes his way to third base, still in the infield. And so it looks like new ball is going to be used here as time is called from the home plate umpire. Going to replace the ball that he was using and make his way back to the plate. Lots of people out here as you see tents set up across the outfield fence. People behind us. Lots of teams here across Ontario as far as Timmins to Windsor. Up there in Ottawa, Kingston, Perth, and obviously the host team here in Brockville. That will get the outside of the strike zone. First strike for Chantron. As getting adjusted into this ball game is Gardner. And he looks good so far, just gonna get the location down pat. That's the hardest part about being a pitcher coming into these situations. You gotta be able to locate the strike zone or at least dance around it. And that one's over top of Central, and he'll have to back away to get away from it, and it's a 3-1 count. So Gardner's would like to find the strike zone here, trying to battle his way back in. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that one blown on the outside will have a walk, and will move runner into scoring position, and Caleb Central will have himself at first base.
Number 33, Nash Goulet.
So here's Nash Goulet as we approach the bottom of the order here for Upper Ottawa Valley. And a chance here with tying run, and now aboard first base, which would be key if they can get him around as this ball game goes on. Don't want Upper Ottawa Valley to establish themselves a lead and head into the bottom of the inning with the lead if you're the Timmins Lynx. That one gets past the catcher. Both runners will be on the move, and they both advance a bag. So 2 runners in scoring position here, and now tying run, well, now at second base. Makes Nash Goulet's job just a little bit easier. Still only 1 out needed. That one will get a piece of the outside, the call, and be a strike. Pitch from Gardner. Well, just missed up high for a ball. Here's the pitch. Up high for ball number 4. And Goulet will take off to first base. This will load the bases up here for the Timmins Lynx and bring up bottom of the order Jonathan LaChapelle. And a mound meeting called by the infield. And they'll go have a conversation with how to go about this. As Gardner entered this game, not in too dangerous of a situation, 1 runner on and 2 outs, and hasn't been able to solidify that final out and secure it. And has worked himself now with the bases loaded.
Number 30, Jonathan LaChapelle.
So LaChapelle a chance to really cash in some runs here, do some damage. and potentially keep the bases loaded for the top of the order with a base hit. First pitch to LaChapelle, up high for ball one. So the infield takes a couple steps in. Here's the 1-0. Ball two up high. And not agreeing with it there was Colton Garnier, giving a little head shake when he hears the call. Got to figure it out, though. Got to find a way. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Down in the dirt. Runner thinks about it. Will make his way back. And that's ball three now. And in this count in full control of Jonathan LaPuchelle. So LaChapelle will have an opportunity here for the bases loaded walk if Gardner's unable to find the strike zone. He's got to battle and find a strike here. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Down in the dirt, ball four. And it will be a bases loaded walk. And the Timmins Lynx will get a run back on the board. It's 4-3.
Number 21, Logan Gagnon.
And so the bases will remain loaded, and Logan Gagnon, who had an inside the park home run his first time at the bats, someone who can hit for power as he piped that one up to center field his last time at the bats, has an opportunity here with the bases loaded. And a big situation will clip the outside for a strike two. And a quick 0-2 down here for Gagnon, who's yet to take a swing. So Gardner with the lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball past the mound, scooped by second, play to first in time. And the bases will remain stranded, and the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats will exit the inning up by one. As the Lynx really rallied there with two outs, got the bases loaded, one came around, but unable to convert on any more. It's still a one-run lead for the Rivercats. When we return, we'll see Upper Ottawa Valley looking to extend their lead in the bottom second.
Timmins in the top of the second. Max Saucier.
And so we join you back here for the bottom of the second inning between Upper Ottawa Valley and the Timmins Lynx. 4-3 lead here for the Rivercats, and a chance to extend their lead as they take back to the bats. Back at the mound for his second inning of work after he pitched 1/3 of the bottom of the first inning. It's number 32, Alex LeBlanc. And so we see a ball one there for the leadoff hitter, Max Saucier. And that's a ball call as well, so a quick lead here for Saucier. That one will get a piece of the bat and will be called a foul ball. As we've seen that earlier in this ball game, where sometimes you just leave that bat up in the air when you're trying to escape from it. It will get a nick on it, and we'll see a foul ball, so it will be a strike against him. And so that will go LeBlanche's way. Here's the 2-1. will just miss on the outside, and we'll see ball 3. So a chance here for a leadoff walk if we see one more ball come through. Here's the 3-1 from LeBlanc. That's up high for ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk for the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats. They'll have a runner to work with now at first base.
Number 45, Wilfred Morton.
And so we'll move on in the order. Here's Wilfred Morton to the plate, looking to potentially advance a runner into a scoring position. And LeBlanc now has a runner to worry about over at first base. First pitch to Morton will take a looking down the middle for strike number 1. So now we've seen something down the middle. And he'll look to adjust here. The 0-1 pitch, well, late decision to go through there, gets a piece of it, we'll foul it off, and he'll have strike 2. So a quick 0-2 down, chance for LeBlanc to still find the potential first out of the inning. The 0-2 pitch will just miss on the outside as he tried just to paint it. Won't get the call his way. We'll see ball 1. The 1-2 over top for ball 2. And runner's going to go to second, but they won't test him after the catcher of the Lynx, that's Connor Black, maybe realized a little bit too late that runner was going, and it's a successful steal there from Max. Now advances himself into a scoring position now at second base. We'll focus back up at the batter here with Morton. Lightly hits that one and will just spin into foul territory off the first base line. And it just died across the line too. It was spinning there for a moment, looked like it could potentially stay fair, and he could run it out, but he'll have to go back to the plate here. So a full count situation here in the payoff pitch from LeBlanc. That's over top of him. So make that. That wasn't a full count pitch. We'll keep him on the plate here. That'll be ball anyways. And we'll have this pitch here from LeBlanc. And that's ball 4, so that was the payoff. And it still goes Morton's way. He'll be aboard with a walk.
Number 10, Luke Goss.
So here's Luke Goss. The first 2 runners get aboard with a couple walks, and now has himself a potential at-bat here, which could load the bases up. LeBlanc got a battle back here. Still no outs found in the inning. It's first pitch swinging for Goss. Will foul it off. So we'll see strike 1 for Goss, and we'll have an 0-1 count to start this count off. Like decision there from Goss to go through, but a nice pitch from LeBlanc will be able to penetrate the zone, and we'll have a 0-2 count. Now Goss has gone to battle. 2 strikes down. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And it's the first strikeout of the inning for Alex LeBlanc. And there's 1 down.
Number 8, Grayson O'Grady.
We'll hit the bottom of the order here for the Rivercats. Grayson O'Grady will have an at-bat, but it looks to be we'll have a pitching change commence after LeBlanc goes 20 pitches, so keeps him fresh and available for tomorrow's ball game for Timmins, and we'll have a reliever come in. The third pitcher of the ball game it will be for the Lynx.
And the pitching change for Timmins, number 32, Alex LeBlanc, leaves after 20 pitches. Coming in to throw for the Lynx is number 2, Jace Roy.
So Jace Roy will take to the mound here in relief for Timmins. We'll get to see a little bit of their depth here that the Lynx have with the mound, is that's sometimes a big determining factor of how far and successful some of these teams are, is how deep is their pitching? Do they have people who can consistently find the strike zone? So Roy will start his warm-up and will get underway in just a few moments' time. Jace moves from first base where he started now to the mound. He comes into a situation, there's one out in the bottom of the second. Runners on first and second base. As we are almost approaching the hour point so far in this ball game, and we're still an inning and a half and 1/3 only. There's been some long couple innings here. Lots of offense, already 4-3 here in the bottom second. So batter will be called to the plate. And we'll get this ball game back underway here. Jace Roy first pitches after coming in for relief outside for ball one. As O'Grady will have his first at-bat, could potentially load the bases up for top of the order Graham Kenny, which would be ideal for the Rivercats if they're trying to produce even more offense. That's ball two up high for a quick 2-0 count. Taking his time, Roy is just going to reset after throwing 2 balls. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Outside, gets to the backstop. Both runners will be on the move, and they'll make their steals successful. Now 2 runners in scoring position here for the Rivercats. And a chance to make it bases loaded here with a 3-0 count. Roy has got to find the strike zone. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss from O'Grady for strike one. So O'Grady choosing to swing on the 3-0 pitch will move it to a 3-1 count as Roy starts his battle back. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4 as it misses up high and outside. And it'll be bases loaded here as Grayson O'Grady makes his way to first base. So we'll go back to the top of the order. Graham Kenny comes to the plate with the bases loaded. His team up by 1, looking to extend that tally here with this at-bat. And now Jace Roy has got to work his team out of this jam. Kenny will show bunt and will just foul it off for a strike. So the infield takes a couple steps in here with a force play in any bag. Ideally would like to get the force out at the plate to save a run. 0-1, and that will get behind Kenny, and I believe that could potentially, don't know if it got a piece of him there. I don't believe it did, as it was close behind him, but it will just go to the opposite side, and we'll have a ball. And runners not deciding to go as well. Kenny will get a piece of it, foul it back, and that'll be 2 strikes against him. So a chance for Jace Roy to find himself a strikeout. Be the first out he finds in this ball game, and would bring us to 2 outs in the inning, which would be huge, especially with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch from Roy, swing and a miss for strike 3. And so Roy able to find a strikeout and bring us to 2 outs in here in the bottom of the second. And here's Mason Downey here with the bases loaded. The Lynx, a force out at any base, would end the inning. First pitch to Downey, swinging, will foul off of him as it gets a piece of him. And we'll see strike 1. And so we'll get resumed with an 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Downey will hold off, but it skims the outside of the zone for strike 2. And now Downey a quick 0-2 down, and a chance here for the pitcher, Jace Roy, to get his team out of it. The 0-2 pitch, contact up the middle, off of Roy's glove. He'll recover, play to first in time for out number 3.
Run does not score.
And so the bases will be left stranded as run will not score, and the Rivercats produce no offense there in the bottom second. It's a 4-3 ball game as we go to the top of the 3rd inning, and the Timmins Lynx back at the bats down by 1, looking to tie this game when we return.
Leading off for Timmins, number 17, Tyson Cluzio.
And so we'll join you back here for the top of the 3rd inning between the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats and the Timmins Lynx. Leading things off here for the Timmins Lynx will have, looks to be number 17, Tyson Cluzio. So hitting in the 2nd spot, Cluzio is. Point started in center field as well. Well, trying to start things off successfully. Back at the mound for his 2nd inning of work, Colton Gardner. He struggled in coming into this ball game as the Lynx were able to get a run. But then eventually was able to find out number 3 and get his team out of it. But quite the offensive game here so far through 2 innings as they've both been stretched out. It's a 4-3 game. 1 run the difference, going the Rivercats' way. Now one lobbed over top of the zone. Looks to be a 2-2 count for Cluzio. Here's the pitch from Gardner. And lots of ball just up high. And a full count here it is for leadoff hitter Tyson Cluzio. Here's the payoff. And down and away for ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Cluzio. Will give them a runner to work with.
Number 55, Marshall Rowe.
So we'll move on in the order. Here's Marshall Rowe. His first time at the bats, slammed one to center field. Rowe was also the starting pitcher at the start of the game. And will hold off and see strike 1 looking. So gets to see 1 come through, and now will look to step into the plate here and potentially do some damage. Here's the 0-1. That's inside. He's at the back away from it. We'll see ball 1, and we'll split the first 2, 1 and 1. The 1-1 pitch. Going on the opposite side of the zone. Here comes runner to second, and he'll make it successful. So Clusio moves himself now into his scoring position off a successful steal. And a 2-1 count here for Rowe. It's the 2-1 pitch. And a reach and a swing and a miss there from Rowe for strike 2. As he's not able to find contact, and a chance here for Gardner to find a punch out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This one chopped up the third base line and will get past the third baseman in the infield. And Rowe will make his way to first, as that one just squeaks past the third baseman, and it's runners in the corners here for the Lynx.
That's a visit.
And a mound meeting will be had.
Number 8's coming in.
And that will do it for the afternoon for Colton Garnier. Number 8, Grayson O'Grady, will have his first outing at the Hill, as he'll come in for relief for Garnier, who goes about an inning after he came into relief for the starting pitcher, Cohen Cloutier.
Pitching change for the Lynx. Number 27, Colton Gardner, through 28 pitches. Now on the mound is number 8, Grayson O'Grady.
So Grayson O'Grady will start his warm-up. It's got some bright orange shades on. I love it. It matches the kind of dark blue and orange uniforms that Upper Ottawa Valley wears, kind of sharing similar colors to what Timmins also wears, both rocking that kind of vibrant orange color. Maybe the blues on Timmins just a little bit more brighter. A little bit lighter than the dark blues that the Rivercats have. And so O'Grady will take his warm-up, and when we return, at the bats, Carter Black, the cleanup hitter, with an opportunity to cash in a run and tie up this game with a runner at third. And so we'll get this game back underway. Carter Black with a chance to tie the ball game with a runner at third. We'll have first pitch here from Grayson O'Grady since coming into relief for Colton Gardner. First pitch from O'Grady will be outside for ball one. Runner's going to go to second. They'll cut him off by the second baseman, and a smart play as Clusio will be forced to go back to third. So they'll let runner get to second. Now 2 runners in scoring position here for Timmins. There's the 1-0 to Black. That's inside, has to jump over it. Clusio thinks about it, and he'll stay at third. So not taking any risks through the first 2 pitches. And we'll have a quick 2-0 lead here for Black. This one on the outside, ball 3, and a chance to load the bases up here for Timmins. O'Grady gotta find the strike zone here. Would not want to load the bases up. It'll be Alex LeBlanche after Black. 3-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss, gets past the catcher. Here comes Clusio, and he'll get counted between third and home after the catcher able to get back to it, but he'll slide back to third base in time and able to recover. It was a great recovery behind the plate from the catcher, as that was Ben Robinson who jumped up right away and will contain the runner, still at third base now. Here's the 3-1. Contact, bouncers to the shortstop. Play to first. In time. Runner's going to come home. Play at the plate. Not there in time. It's a tie ball game. As Tyson Clusio comes around and slides in. Runner will get to third. The first out in the inning is recorded after the out at first. And we are tied at 4 apiece.
Number 32, Alex LeBron.
So here's Alex LeBlanc. Chance to give the lead here for the Lynx with a runner at third. Would be their first lead since that top of the first inning. This one popped up to LeBlanc and will get down into no man's land to center field. And around comes Marshall Rowe in the Timmins Lynx. Have themselves back the lead. It's 5-4. And perfectly executed as LeBlanc goes ambush swinging on the first one. Able to get it over top of the infield. And move on in the order to Jace Roy as the two pitchers will go for a duel here. And we'll get back underway here. Runner at first is the only runner on base. First pitch to Jace gets onto the outside and gets away from Robinson, and LeBlanc will be able to advance now to second and a scoring position. So more successful base running here from Timmins to increase easy bases. Been the storyline here for successful teams. That's what they do well. A swing on the inside and up high from Roy as he chases one in for strike one. Here's the 1-1. This one piped up the third baseline. Nice play to contain it. Cross diamond is not there in time. So he's able to beat the throw from Roy after the third baseman, Thomas Rosen, had to stop up and took a look at second. The runner at second saw what he was going to do. Saw he wasn't going to do anything. And so runner on first and second after Roy able to get on. So it's Benoit Ouellette with two runners on base. Could potentially load the bases up here. First pitch to Ouellette on the outside for ball number one. And if you're the pitcher right now at the mound, O'Grady, you got to make sure that you don't want any walk to come through. That would load the bases up and would spell trouble. As Timmins trying to take a bigger lead right now as it's only one. And Ouellette will go through with a very delayed swing there. And we'll see strike one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He'll chase one on the outside for strike two. As he ran out of real estate there on the bat. And a chance here for a strikeout for Grayson O'Grady. The 1-2 to Ouellette. Up high for ball two. So 2-2 as we split the first four pitches in half. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike three. And it gets past Robinson, so both runners will be able to advance. But there's two down after the punch out from Grayson O'Grady.
Number 29, Liam Gauthier.
So here's Liam Gauthier to the plate. A chance to extend the lead here for Timmins after they took a one-run lead earlier in the inning. O'Grady, though, just finding a strikeout has moved us to 2 strikes. And it's first pitch swinging there from Gauthier. Will foul it back. It will see strike one. Is the 0-1 pitch. This one on the opposite side of the batter. Runner's going to come home. The slide in time. As Alex LeBlanc comes around and gives Timmins a 6-4 lead. Just more heads on base running there, as I don't even think Liam Gauthier realized his runner was coming home until he was halfway down the base path. And then made a scrambled effort to get out of his way. Runner will advance to third, so a base hit away from making it a 3-run ball game. Pitch to Gauthier. Will take a swing at one. That's outside. For strike number 2. And now he's got to protect. Chance for Grayson O'Grady to get his team out of the top of the 3rd inning after Timmins has already scored 3 runs. The pitch. This one underneath it to left field and will just get outside of the left field line for a foul ball. Very close there to at least a base hit for Gauthier, and run coming around and score. Will make his way back to the plate though, and will continue here with 2 strikes against Gauthier. Here's the 2-2. And we'll take a chance at one for strike 3. That's a bit of an awkward swing there from Gauthier. Will still go through, and that will do it for the top of the 3rd inning. The Timmins Lynx take back the lead they once had back at the top of the 1st. They scored 3 runs to make it 6-4. When we return, it's the bottom of the 3rd inning. Upper Ottawa Valley back at the bats, looking to potentially tie up this game. You're watching the 2025 Minor Little League Ontario Championships here in Brockville. When we come back, bottom 3rd.
In the top of the 3rd inning, 3. Number 27, Colton Gardner.
And so we'll get the bottom of the 3rd inning underway here in Brockville. Game 3 of day 1 here at the Minor Provincial Championships. And leading things off, Colton Gardner will be followed by Ben Robinson, the cleanup hitter, and Reed Luoff, the 3 that will get the nod here in the order for the Rivercats. First pitch fouled back there from Gardner. He'll have an 0-1 count. Back of the mound for his 2nd inning of work, Jace Roy, who joined the ball game in the bottom of the 2nd inning and found 1 out to leave the bases stranded. That's a ball inside. Here's the 1-1. And that will paint the outside for strike 2. And a 1-2 count. Gardner's got to protect. And he does, gets a piece of it, but in the glove of the 2nd baseman, and there's 1 away. As not having to move much except for his left catching arm, makes the grab. And we move on to the order. To clean up hitter Ben Robinson. So Ben trying to get stuff going now. For the Rivercats will hold out, but take strike one looking the call. There's the 0-1. Ground ball to shortstop. Will take a bounce off his knee. Able to recover. Play to first. Not there in time. Ben Robinson will be able to beat the throw and get aboard on first base. And so an error given to the infield after just took an awkward bounce and got away from him and wasn't able to recover in time. And we move on in the order. Here's Reed Luoff at the plate now. First pitch to Luoff swinging for strike one. And he'll hold off and he'll get the piece of the inside for a strike. Underneath of that one, pops it up to left field, and it gets down. Reed Luoff got underneath of it, and runners will be on the go. Robinson's going to third. He'll get the wave on home, and the ball in the outfield will be kind of just ran off, and Robinson will come around and score a run for the Rivercats. Make it 6-5 after Timmins takes their time getting this ball back into the infield. And able to find a run. And now tying run, now at second base.
At any level. That's what we say, yes? At any level. Yes, sir.
Number 7, Cohen Cloutier.
So here's Cohen Cloutier, who was our starting pitcher here this afternoon in this ball game. And a big opportunity here for Upper Ottawa Valley trying to tie up this game. It's been a close ball game all game long. Trying to keep it that way, potentially trying to tie it. That one will get strike one the call, and we'll have a 1-1 count. Only one out found so far here in the inning. Jace Roy trying to change that. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball lightly hit to the mound. Roy fires it to first in time for out number 2. Reed Luoff will be extended now to third base, a base hit away from tying up this ball game. But after out number 2, all Timmins needs is a routine play or a strikeout to leave runners stranded and keep them with the lead. That was a ground ball by Cloutier, pardon me. Here is Thomas Rosine at the plate now. This pitch to Rosine will take a step back and get a piece of it as he tried to load up there on one that was a little bit inside. And we'll see a strike with a foul ball. So we'll get back underway. Here's the pitch. This one a ground ball to the second baseman. He's able to stop it, throw to first. Won't be corralled as it gets just to the side of the glove of the first baseman. And run will come around and score after Rosine also turned inside. So he was in taggable territory, but he'll recover back, and we have ourselves a tied ball game at 6 apiece as Reed Luoff comes around. And here's Mac Tripp. Game leading run now at first base. And what we could have seen as a end of the bottom of the third, and the Lynx get out of it, still with the lead. Now have ourselves a tied ball game at 6 apiece. So Tripp will foul the first pitch off, and we'll have an 0-1 count. That's a ball on the call. Runner will go to second, and They won't try him, as sliding in there is Rosine. So a successful steal, runner in scoring position here for the Rivercats. That's just more heads-up base running, taking any sort of advantage they can find. And strike to the call as he gets him looking in a 1-2 count here against Mac Tripp. Got to find contact, anything near the zone here to keep the inning alive. Roy trying to end it. Here's the 1-2. Contact up the middle in the glove of Roy. Play to first in time to end the inning. So runner left stranded at second base, but the Rivercats find a pair of runs and tied this ball game at 6 apiece. As we just pass over the halfway point in this one, it's a 6-6 ball game when we return top of the 4th inning, and the Timmins Lynx at the bats trying to take back the lead they once had.
Summary for Upper Ottawa. Beard.
And so we'll join you back here for the top of the 4th inning between these two teams. A long ball game we're in for as we're just at the halfway point of this one. As it's been so high scoring, so back and forth. But it's been a very close and entertaining game so far. Leading things off for the Timmins Lynx, number 16, Cole Goulet-Beard will have his second at-bat of this ball game. And back in the mound for his second inning of work is Grayson O'Grady. So Goulet-Beard will go around there. We'll see strike one in a 1-1 count. So 1-1 pitch. Goulet-Beard barely on it. A light roller down the line. Play to first in time. And there's one away.
Number 6, Caleb Chartrand.
So here's Caleb Chartrand to the plate here. After leadoff batter Goulet-Beard was thrown down out at first base. So Chartrand going to try to get on base here and give someone for the Lynx to work with. We'll have the first pitch from O'Grady. Bouncer in the dirt on the outside for ball one.
Well, yeah, so Diana told me I could have come and parked over here, but I'd already parked, like, up near the entrance.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's on the opposite side of Chartrand. We'll have ball number 2. So a quick lead here for Caleb. Extra hitter here at the start of this ball game. But could be in the field now. Always moving around, these defenses are. So a 2-0 lead for Chartrand. We'll have the 2-0 pitch from O'Grady, who's back for his second inning of work after coming in for relief. For it was Kelton Garnier. Now we'll get a piece of the outside to call. The Chartrand will take it looking, and now there's 2 strikes against him. And a chance here for a strikeout from O'Grady to make it 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. And up high for another ball. And a full count it will be for Caleb Chartrand. We'll have the payoff pitch here from Grayson O'Grady. Here's the delivery. And that's strike 3, swinging. As Chartrand will go through, and that's out number 2.
Number 33, Nash Goulet.
So here's Nash Goulet. No runners on, 2 outs, and a chance for the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats to retire the side in order, which is something we haven't seen so far through our first 3 innings of work, as it's been so offensive. First pitch to Goulet will be inside as he'll have to back away, and he'll see ball 1. So O'Grady trying to shut things down as this game, trying to keep this game tied at 6 and send his team back to the bats with an opportunity to take the lead. Here's the 1-0. We'll get the piece inside of the plate there. As Goulet caught looking, it will have a 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's strike 2 as it gets the middle of the strike zone. And that's 2 strikes now against Goulet, caught looking, and he'll have a conversation with his third base coach as he's yet to take a swing there. As that one was a good opportunity to. It was down the middle. And he'll regroup and come back to the batter's box with some confidence. Here's the 1-2 from O'Grady. And over top of him, he'll have to back away to get away from it. We'll see another ball. So we'll focus back up here and have a 2-2 pitch from O'Grady. That one's inside as well. As he almost turned and maybe put his bat through the strike zone. Won't matter though, a full count here after ball 3, and we'll have a payoff pitch from Grayson O'Grady. And strike 3, the call. As Grayson O'Grady will retire the side in order, 3 up, 3 down, and able to keep this game tied at 6s. When we return, Upper Ottawa Valley with a successful defensive side of the inning will head to the offense and look to take the lead. You're watching the 2025 Minor Provincial Championship here in Brockville. Bottom 4th when we come back.
Brings him to 34. Now for Upper Ottawa Valley, number 14, Max Saucier.
So we join you back here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Leading things off, Max Saucier for the Rivercats. First pitch swing with the ambush. Ground ball to the shortstop. Play to first. Not there in time. Saucier will be able to beat the throw from the shortstop with some speedy wheels. And there's one on board with a leadoff single. And so we'll move on in the order to Wilfred Morton with one runner on. That pitch on the outside gets away from the catcher, and there goes Saucier to second base. Now finds himself in his scoring position.
Wilfred Morton.
So back at the mound for his third inning here consecutively, Jace Roy. And that'll be outside for a ball on Morton in a quick 2-0 count. It's a 2-0 pitch. And Morton will get a piece of it, will foul it off. It will see strike number one as he takes a chance on that one. Late swing, though, will just foul it off the opposite way. So 2-1 here for Roy. And that's ball three on the outside as well. Got to straighten things up here for Jace. Potential to put two runners on here if we see another ball come through. The pitch will get strike two, the call. He goes to the fastball on the outside. In a full count, here it is now. After the last strike, and the payoff pitch now from Roy. And blown away for ball four. And that ball gets to the backstop as well. Runner will go to third and makes it successful. Runners in the corners now for the Rivercats.
Number 10, Luke Goss.
So here's Luke Goss to the plate. And Goss will try to take the lead here for Upper Ottawa Valley, tied at 6. And will swing at one low in the zone for strike one. Runner will also go to second as Morton turns on the Jets, and two runners now in scoring position. Still no outs in the inning for Timmins. Got to find something to get the ball rolling. 0-1 to Goss. Will foul it back, and we'll see strike two. So he's finding some contact. But now he's going to straighten things up. Chance for Roy to find the first out here in the bottom fourth. The pitch. It's kind of by to the backstop. Runner's going to come on home. The play at the plate, not there in time. It's a successful steal there from Max Saucier, and it's a 6-7 lead for the Rivercats. As the runner will also go to third. And so trying to double the lead they have right now to make it 8-6 potentially. With Luke Goss still at the plate after that wild pitch gone onto the opposite side of Goss's strike zone. And that's strike three. The call as he gets a piece of the outside. And the first out here in the bottom of the fourth for the Lynx, and more specifically, Jace Roy. So we see the bottom of the order, Grayson O'Grady, with the pitchers battle commencing here between the two relievers. And that is strike one, the call. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a miss there from O'Grady for strike number two, and a chance to strike out back-to-back batters here from Roy. He gets himself in a good situation. We'll see if he can find it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And we'll miss on the outside for ball 1. So now, Grady's got to battle his way back into this count. Would love to cash it a run over at third and make it 8-6. There's the pitch, up high for another ball. And a 2-2 count there after that last pitch. So good takes there from O'Grady on the last two. He was patient there, 2 strikes down, which is sometimes hard to do, especially when you feel the need to protect everything. 2-2, up high, ball 3. And with 3 balls in a row, we'll have a full count here for Grayson O'Grady. Chance to put runners in the corners potentially. Jace still looking for the strikeout. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3, the call. As Roy will find back-to-back strikeouts, and there's 2 down.
Number 6, Graham Kenny.
So we'll go back to the top of the order. Here's Graham Kenny, 3rd time through here for the Rivercats. Roy starting to get heated up there. Strike 1 swinging now for Kenny. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2, the call. On the outer half of the plate. And a chance here for Jace Roy to strike out 3 batters in a row. Kenny got to stay alive and battle. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3, the call. As Graham Kenny takes it looking, and Jace Roy will leave a runner stranded at third after striking out 3 consecutive batters of Goss, O'Grady, and then Kenny. So the Rivercats take the lead. It's 7-6. But when we return, it's the top of the 5th inning, and the Timmins Lynx looking to tie up the game once more when we come back.
Since the bottom of the 4th, 1 run. Top of the 5th inning. Leading off for Timmins, number 30, Jonathan LaChapelle.
And so we'll get this ball game back undergoing here in the top of the 5th inning. Leading things off for Timmins, it's the bottom of the order, Jonathan LaChapelle. Go back to Logan Gagnon at the top of the order, and Tyson Klusen, the 3 that will get the go here for the Lynx. Strike 1 looking for LaChapelle on the first pitch. Grayson O'Grady back at the mound for another inning of work here. There's the 0-1 from O'Grady. Will miss on the outside for a ball. So both these teams almost going run for run here in this game. It was a 4-2 game after the first inning, and then turned into a game that was close 4-3, and then finally Upper Ottawa Valley took the lead after scoring 3 runs. Just back and forth these two teams have gone. It's going to come right down to the end as we enter the final 2 innings here in Game 3 of Day 1 in the 2025 Minor Provincial. And that is strike 3 looking for La Chapelle as it gets a piece at the bottom of the zone to call. And there's one down.
Number 21, Logan Gagnon.
So we'll go back to the top of the order. Here's Logan Gagnon to the plate. Gagnon started at shortstop at the beginning of this ball game, and also led off the ball game with a very nice hit up to center field. It was over top of the heads of the outfielder as well. First pitch to Gagnon, and a potential off speed there from O'Grady as an early swing from Gagnon goes through. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And strike 2, the call. Gagnon not sure if he agrees with it. A little head shake there. But it'll be 0-2 down. Chance for O'Grady to find back-to-back strikeouts. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Bounces off of his glove, and Gagnon will get aboard. As what could have been a routine play takes an awkward bounce past the glove off the foot.
17, Tyson.
And Logan Gagnon aboard with an error. So Tyson Clujon will come to the plate here, look to advance runner into his scoring position. So first pitch to Clujon on the outside, and Gagnon will go to second. The throw just late after Gagnon had a good jump, and the throw from Robinson was probably attempted already when Gagnon was halfway down the base path. And so we'll get resumed here with Clujon at the plate. Lobbed in there up high for a ball. And you see there at second base, Logan Gagnon playing mind games with Ben Robinson. Just kind of shuffling back and forth down the base path. This pitch on the opposite side gets away from the catcher, and a successful steal as Gagnon will go from one corner to the next. Finds himself now at third. So we'll base it away, Logan Gagnon is. And a chance here to tie up this game here for Timmins. This one fired up to center field, and the catch is made. Gagnon will tag up and come home, and he makes it successful. Logan Gagnon ties this game up at 7. After the tag up and the run home, there's 2 down, and we have ourselves a tied ball game. So here's a Marshall Rowe to try to keep the top of the 5th going here. First pitch in a row will be pulled across from O'Grady and be ball 1. As you hear how loud the Lynx dugout has gone as soon as they scored that run. Just kind of firing chant after chant after chant. There's the 1-0 to Rowe will be on the inside this time for ball 2. Rowe his first time up, and he fired one to center field. He got over top of the center fielder to do some damage. It's the 2-0. This one on the outside for ball 3, and a 3-0 lead going Rowe's way, and a chance here to get a runner back on base for Timmins. So Grayson O'Grady got to find the strike zone here if he looks to battle back into this count. 3-0 pitch. This one will be pulled right up the alley. And a base hit for Marshall Rowe as he lines one right to left field.
Number 4, Carter Black.
So a runner on first now, and we'll move to cleanup hitter Carter Black. First pitch to Black will be on the outside for ball 1. This is our longest game we've had so far today, but most likely probably our closest game out of the 3. As we're all tied up at 7 here in the top 5. Well, the opening ceremonies were supposed to be scheduled, I believe, for 4 o'clock, but those will definitely be having to be delayed as we have ourselves one heck of a ball game. That's on the inside for another ball. Our final game of the day will start at 6 o'clock first pitch. As the host team, the Brockville Braves, will have their first game of the tournament. Outside in another ball going Black's way. And Grayson O'Grady has struggled to find the strike zone as of recently. Gotta find it here. 3-0 pitch. And that one's on the backside of Carter Black, and a 4-pitch walk will put runners at first and second. And time has been called. And I think this will do it, and it will, for Grayson O'Grady. As a new pitcher will come to the mound after O'Grady has now allowed a hit and a walk after many balls in a row thrown. 53 pitches for Grayson O'Grady. We'll keep him under that 50 threshold as he started the batter, I believe, at 49. So we'll see who will be coming into relief here. Never mind, it looks like Grayson O'Grady will stay at the mound. So apologies, I thought once O'Grady would be done, but it's just a quick conversation, and O'Grady will keep going and will ride over that 50 pitch limit now. So we have a 3 days rest now for O'Grady. And here is Alex LeBlanche at the plate. We'll see ball 1. Only 1 out needed to move us to the bottom of the 5th inning and leave 2 runners stranded in this game tied. Here's the 1-0 to LeBlanche. We'll get a tip on it and we'll just foul it off. So we'll have a 1-1 count after that last foul ball, and we'll await the pitch from O'Grady. Delivery outside for ball 2. So LeBlanc, she came to relief earlier in this ball game, did a great job. Started at second base. And that's 2-1 on the outside for ball 3. And a 3-1 count. We see ball 4 would load the bases up here for Timmins. Here's the 3-1 from O'Grady. Ball 4 on the outside, and Timmins will load the bases back up once more. And time has been called once more, and we'll see if this potentially will do it for Grayson O'Grady after backing back-to-back batters, and it will be a pitching change. And so we'll see who will be taking the mound for Grayson. Grayson goes about 3 innings. Keeps this game nice and close as it's 7-7 still. In a big game for both these teams, trying to start their tournament off in the right direction with a win.
Go, gentlemen, come on now.
The new pitcher coming to this game, it will be number 34, Reed Luoff, will take to the mound in relief for O'Grady.
Change for Upper Ottawa Valley. Number 8, Grayson O'Grady. O'Grady leaves the mound after 58 pitches. Now on the throw is number 34, Reed Luoff.
So Reed will take his warm-up here. Comes into a situation with the bases loaded. Only needs one out to get out of it. But especially with a fresh pitcher, he's got to be able to find the strike zone here early. Can't afford to throw the ball around and walk a batter and give Timmins the lead. So we'll take his warm-up, look to throw some nice and easy pitches. Before Jace Roy will come to the plate with the bases loaded. So here comes Roy. Big situation here for Timmins, who can have an opportunity to establish themselves a bit of a lead here. Just got to find some contact. And we'll see how Luoff steps into this ball game and how he can perform. First pitch to Roy. Down in the dirt, gets down for a ball. Ben Robinson got to be strong behind the plate here to not let anything slide through, and you have to think that Marshall Rowe could pounce on anything to try to take the lead. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2 up high. And the two middle infielders took a couple steps in. Now just on the infield grass. Here's the 2-0. And will be called strike one. As it just clips the towel with a zone, and we'll have a 2-1 count. Two-1. Up high, ball 3. And now, Luoff's got to find the strike zone here. It would be a bases loaded walk to give the Lynx the lead if we see one more ball. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And down and away, ball 4 the call. And here comes Marshall Rowe around, and the Timmins Lynx have themselves an 8-7 lead.
Number 25, Benoit.
So here's Benoit Ouellette to the plate here, still with the bases loaded. And now the Timmins Lynx have the lead back, which they once had earlier in the game, as it's kind of bounced back and forth between these two teams. The lead has, but the Lynx now have possession in the later stages. Here's the 1-0 to Ouellette. We'll hold off. We'll see that one up high and inside for ball 2. And you can't let, if you're a Reed Luoff, you can't let that walk affect you. You have to be able to reset and perform here. Especially with how close this ball game is. You can't allow the other team, if you want to stay in this game, to get themselves a bit of a lead here. That's a strike on the inside. So we'll see how Luoff battles. Yes, he can battle with the batter, but he's also going to battle with himself, with the mental side. Got to keep himself nice and sharp mentally and keep himself in it. Got to stay confident. That pitch is outside. We'll see a ball. Here's a 2-1 pitch. I like that, ball 4 on a 3-1. And a bases loaded walk. Another one. And it's 9-7 as another one comes around for Timmins. And so back-to-back walks. And a pair of runs will score. Now Luoff really has got a battle. Here's Liam Gauthier at the plate, still with the bases loaded. Now one bounce away. Runner's going to come on home and make that. Now runners are kind of everywhere after a split-second decision from the runner at third decided to turn back, but the runner at second was pretty much at third base. So everyone able to recover as the ball took an awkward bounce off the backstop, and Robinson wasn't able to recover. And we'll have a ball 1 for Gauthier. We'll watch that one right up high for ball 2. And a 2-0 lead here it is for Gauthier. And Luoff's just got to find a way here. Got to find the zone. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that will be strike one, the call. So Luoff will get something his way. Now we'll see if he can string something together. Here's the 2-1. And a swing up high there from Gauthier for strike two. And back-to-back strikes for Luoff. We'll see if that gives him enough confidence here to finish him off. Gauthier got to protect. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. And strike three, the call on the outside to end the top of the inning. So the bases left stranded, but they find two with back-to-back walks to give them a lead, and one earlier in the inning to tie the game. It's 9-7 for Timmins as we come down to the final inning and a half. When we return, it's Upper Ottawa Valley back at the bats looking to tie up this game. You're watching the 2025 Minor Provincial Little League Ontario Championships here in Brockville. We join you back here for the bottom of the fifth inning between the Rivercats and the Lynx. Timmins takes a 2-run lead in the top of the inning with a couple bases loaded walks. And this ball game continuing to go on as it's been a long one here so far. We're going the distance for sure, and leading things off here for the Rivercats who attempt to tie up this game. 2 strikes down quickly is Mason Downey. Jace Roy back at the mound for his 4th consecutive inning, I believe. 0-2. Lightly hit up the middle. Roy bobbles it around and won't be able to recover. And an error will be had for Roy. And Downey will be aboard first base.
Number 27, Colton Gardner.
So we'll move on to the order. Here's Colton Gardner. First pitch to Gardner will be on the opposite side of him behind his back, and Downey will advance to second now, move himself into a scoring position with a successful steal. So tying run now at the plate statistically. Here's the pitch to Gardner. Underneath it, pops it up, and catched by the second baseman for 1 down. So way to get to it in time as it was kind of just popped up to him. Had to move a little bit to his left, but able to make the play and move on in the order. Here's Ben Robinson for the Rivercats. And 1 down is Roy's outing has gone on. He's looked better and better. Really kind of finding his confidence and his rhythm here at the mound. Here's the 1-0 from Roy for ball 2. A nice catch there as Carter Black exploded from behind the plate to get to it. That will hold Downey at second. So Roy will take his time and will have the 2-0 pitch. That down in the dirt for ball 4 gets away from Black, and runner will go to third. So advances himself a base hit away from cashing in another run here for the Rivercats. This one hit up the middle, will get to center field. It's a base hit there for Ben Robinson and an RBI. And beautifully performed there from Ben Robinson. It's an RBI single. And the Rivercats cut the lead in half. It's 9-8. So here's Reed Lulaf for the Rivercats. Tying run now on first base as well. That one blown off and away for ball 1. It's the 1-0 to Lulaf. He'll have to hit the deck to get away from it. We'll see ball 2. It's both these teams battling tooth and nail for this win. Have really ran up the score, but have consistently been able to match each other after every inning. 2-0, Lulaf will pop it up and back into foul territory. So a 2-1 count after that last foul ball, and we'll focus back up here with Lulaf, who hits in the 5 spot this afternoon. That down the middle for strike 2. So Roy trying to find his pitch back and has an opportunity to get a strikeout on Lulaf. We'll see how he protects and tries to stay alive. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. As an early slice there from Lulaf will get him going through, and there's 2 down.
Number 7, Cohen Cloutier.
So we move on in the order. Here's Cohen Cloutier with 2 outs and a chance for Jace Roy to leave runners stranded and keep Timmins with the lead. That's 65 pitches as well from Jace Roy so far through about 4 innings. Has been 75 the max limit, so 10 pitches away. You have to think that he's going to go the distance here. So Cloutier with a quick 0-1 down. Strike 2 on the inside. The call, and a chance here for Jace Roy to get his team out of it and send them back to the bats. Cloutier got to stay alive. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's blown away for ball 1. Didn't need to go for it, though. He can use the ball there. Here's the 1-2. Ball 2, the call. So Cloutier didn't like the second strike, but he'll get a call there. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Out of the glove and not able to recover. Throw to first in time, still gets him. And Jace Roy will be able to recover after he bobbled the ball around for out number 3. So runner left stranded at first base. And Timmins get out of the inning, still up by 1. It's 9-8 as we head to the final 6th inning here in Brockville between the Timmins Lynx and the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats. When we return, it's the Timmins Lynx looking to extend their lead in the final inning.
top of the 6th inning. Leading off for Timmins, number 16, Goulet Beard.
We join you back here for the potential final inning between the Timmins Lynx and the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats. It's a rubber match between these two teams. Really coming down to the end here. Back at the mound for another inning of work after he came in for relief in the top of the 5th inning. It is number 34, Reed Luloff. Leading things on for the Lynx looks to be number 16, Goulet Beard. Trying to start things off successfully. Goulet, Beard, Chartrand, and Goulet, the 3 batters that get the go-ahead here in the top of the 6th. A game that has been, seems like it's been going on forever as these two teams continue to put up offensive numbers in every single inning. So it has caused it to drag out here, as opening ceremonies will probably commence right after this game, as they were supposed to start at 4 o'clock. The time now 4:16. That's a strike on the inside. They're looking for Goulet Beard, and he'll strike 3 make that on Goulet Beard for a leadoff strikeout. So Caleb Chartrand will step to the plate here with a quick 1-out. Luloff trying to keep this at a 1-run ball game for his team in a do-or-die bottom of the 6th it will be. Timmins trying to get as many runs as possible to give themselves as big of a cushion before we go to that bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And strike 2, the call on the outside as it paints it at an 0-2 count here for Caleb Chartrand. Chance for back-to-back strikeouts here from Reed Luloff. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ball 1 inside. Here's the 1-2. Lobbed up over top for ball 2. And so we'll have back-to-back ball calls in a 2-2 count here, as Chartrand tries to battle his way back into it. The 2-2 from Luloff. That's inside. I believe that gets a piece of him potentially, and he'll be awarded first base. So Caleb will take over to first and give a runner for the Lynx to work with. Bring up Nash Goulet. So Goulet makes his way to the batter's box here, with now a runner at first and 1 out. Well, the first pitch here to Nash Goulet, 3rd time through the order, will see ball 1 up high as he kind of backs away from it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike 1 gets the zone. And we'll have a 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, the call as it gets the inside. Goulet hit the deck, but that still got the zone there. Now he's got to find a piece of it to protect. Luloff a chance for his 2nd strikeout here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And strike 3 down the middle looking from Nash Goulet, and there's 2 down.
Number 30, Jonathan LaChapelle.
As we hit the bottom of the order, Jonathan LaChapelle will have an opportunity to keep this top of the 6th alive as the Lynx trying to gather the biggest lead of possible before they head to a do-or-die bottom of the 6th for Upper Ottawa Valley. That is strike 1 on the inside for LaChapelle in an 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And LaChapelle's got to find some contact here with anything close to the zone. A chance here for Luloff to find 3 strikeouts and end the top of the 6th. And that's a ball. Just up high. We'll see ball 1. A 1-2 here from Luloff. Strike 3 on the inside, the call. And it's 3 strikeouts in the top of the 6th from Luloff. We'll leave a runner stranded at first and head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats need 1 run to force potential extras, 2 to walk it off, and if they find 0, the Timmins Lynx will claim victory. It's a nail-biter here in Game 3 of the 2025 Minor Provincial Championship here in Brockville. When we return, the biggest inning of the ballgame, bottom 6, do or die for Upper Ottawa Valley.
Bottom of the 6th inning with Timmins 9, Upper Ottawa Valley. Number 15, Thomas Rosie.
We join you back here for the potential final bottom of the inning of the ball game. A 9-8 nail biter we've seen so far through 5.5, and it comes down to this bottom of the 6th inning. Leading things off for Upper Ottawa Valley, it's number 15, Thomas Rosine. He'll go strike 1 swinging as he reaches for 1. Rivercats need 1 to force extras and tie. 2 to walk it off. 0, the Lynx claim victory. Ball 1 up high in a 1-1 count. So Jace Roy back at the mound for another inning of work. 72 pitches so far with the first 2 already gone. And he'll try to finish this batter efficiently so he'd be able to face 1 more. And that's strike 2 swinging from Rosine, and now he's got to protect. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Gets some swinging on the outside for strike 3. And there's 1 down.
74.
And so 74 pitches for Jace Roy. And this will be the last batter Roy will face. Here's Mac Tripp. The 75 maximum pitches you can throw. He starts this at-bat at 74, so he will be able to go it. To let it go. Tripp, a ground ball to the third baseman. Bobbled a little bit, scooped eventually, cross diamond, not there in time. And Mac Tripp will be the board with a base hit. As an error there comes through from the third baseman, and that will do it from Jace Roy. Gives his team the lead, 9-8. And finds a leadoff strikeout for 1 down, and we'll see who takes in for relief. Only 2 outs needed. Game tying run though, now aboard first base. That was a crucial at that there, and way to get aboard from Mac Tripp. He represents game tying run.
Pitching change for Timmins. You'll see that number 2, Jace Roy, has left the mound, having reached the maximum of 75 pitches. Great show, Jace.
17th pitch out.
Now on the mound for Timmins is number 17, Tyson Cluzio.
So Tyson Cluzio will come to the mound in relief for Jace Roy. Cluzio, a chance here to shut things down and claim victory for the Lynx. It's going to come down to the very end. You just got a feeling, especially after Mac Tripp got aboard on first base. This game, the longest of the three we've had today, already had a better run time of 2 hours and 20 minutes. And we're almost 30 minutes past the scheduled time it was for opening ceremonies. As batter will be called to the box. And we'll get this ball game resumed with 1 out. Cluzio coming to the mound looking to close things out. And here's Max Saucier to the plate. First pitch from Cluzio will be ball 1 on the inside of Saucier. The 1-0. And a swing inside from Saucier for strike 1. As he took a chance on one that was inside near his hands. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Lobbed up there over top for ball 2. And if we did see a walk there from Cluzio, we would put tying run and walk-off run on board. Got to be careful here. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Cluzio. Swing and a miss there. As one was floated in for strike 2. And a 2-2 count here. Chance for Cluzio to find the second out of the inning. Saucier trying to stay alive. 2-2 pitch. He'll pull that one up the left field line, and it's just spins foul. That could have did some damage. Tripp probably could have gone around. But he'll be forced to go back to the plate here, still with 2 strikes against him. Close, close, close there. But he'll be reeled back to the plate and will remain in the 2-2 count. Two from Cluzio. Inside, and a hit by pitch walk as it gets Saucier in the foot. And moves tying run to second base in scoring position, as well puts walk-off run now on first. And here's Wilfred Morton as the bottom of the order for the Rivercats, trying to come up clutch. First pitch to Morton. Fouled through in the dirt, go to block there by the catcher to get in front of it. Going to be important that Carter Black gets in front of most pitches. You can't let anything get through, because that would allow the runners to go, definitely. This one lobbed over top. Black fires up and able to make the grab. So a quick 2-0 count here for Morton. 2-0 from Cluzio. This one fired past the mound and up to center field. Here comes Mac Tripp. He represents the tying run. The play at the plate, the tag, not there in time. We have ourselves a tied ball game. It's 9-9 as a walk-off run, now a base hit away. And it's an RBI single from Wilfred Morton as he fired that one up to center field. And Luke Goss a chance to walk off for the Rivercats and win a thriller. The biggest at-bat of the ball game for Goss. And a mound meeting will be called with Cluzio in the infield. And all that matters is that runner at home at third does not get around. If you're Timmins, gotta be focused on him. And you even see coach pointing at him right now. You can't let him get through. You have to think that the infield will step up a little bit and trying to really shut down anything penetrating the infield. Bogas a chance to play hero. Walk it off in a game that's been a nail-biter since the first pitch. And we'll get Goss's at-bat underway here. Cluzio gotta find the strike zone. First pitch to Goss. He goes swinging, and that's over top of the shortstop. And the Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats will walk it off and win it. 10-9 the final score. And that will do it. What a ball game here in Brockville for the 2025 Minor Provincial Championship Round Robin. A game that went the distance. And a walk-off single from Luke Goss as he fires it over top of the infield. And what a ball game. And a 10-9 final score. Timmins came into the final inning up by 1, but won't be able to close it out. This ball game, 2.5-hour runtime here in Brockville. Opening ceremonies will commence right after this. So what a ball game here in Game 3 of Day 1 of the 2025 Minor Provincial Championship. I've been Jacob Ewing. The Upper Ottawa Valley Rivercats win a brutal match against the Timmins Lynx and a 10-9 final score. Opening ceremonies in just a few moments. Remember, subscribe and hit that notification bell on the Brockville Little League YouTube channel, because that's where we're bringing all of your 2025 minor provincial action. I've been Jacob Ewing. Thank you for watching.